Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going over some of my favorite influencer style. I know influencers are getting a lot of flack lately. People are kind of tired of the whole social media game. It's fake, it's unoriginal, people are always trying to sell you stuff. I get it. But at the same time, I still manage to feel inspired by these girls, which I think is testimony to their good work, their amazing aesthetics, and the way that they interact with their communities as well. I will leave them all linked down below because I do think that they deserve a following. I don't know them personally. This is not a trap. I wish I knew them. I would take them out to tea. We would have a lovely time. Still, they deserve your follow because just like us, elegant living, classic fashion lovers, they too manage to live an elevated and elegant life in this crazy world that we live in. So you will not regret checking them out. Starting with Stacy Finder. I found out about Stacy during quarantine. I think it was because I was checking out Sarah Flint's Instagram and I was obsessing over their shoes, and I saw that there was this girl who was doing a bunch of campaigns for them, was always taking over their Instagram, and I went over her account and I almost died because we could have been twins in another life. She has this very all-American classic preppy look that is so easy to pull off in day-to-day, in practical situations, but still looks good on everyone, looks put together, looks finished, but not pretentious. And I adore the way that she adds these little details, these small alterations that make a huge difference and turn her looks from something that could be a little too conservative into something that is more fun and more fashion forward. So for instance, if you look at her on this picture, it might seem like a very simple, very obvious arrangement of clothing, but it's not. First of all, she has her beautiful hair that is one of my favorite elegance tips ever, which is having a signature look. She has this haircut that looks well done no matter what she's wearing, no matter where she is, and that really helps to make you look put together. Then she is wearing this high collar kind of knit top, which I've talked about extensively on this channel, but again, if this was a t-shirt, it would not look the same. So she has the higher neckline, she has the shorter sleeves, but the more substantial fabric adds that level of quality and a little bit more of a dressy effect that really elevates this look. I love that she's pairing this with a mini skirt, and mini skirts are not necessarily associated with chic, elegant dressing, but in this case, the fact that it is a beautiful chocolatey brown, the fact that she's pairing it with a piece that is a little bit more covered on the top makes it look chic instead of flashy or skimpy. And she also balances everything with a very feminine, very delicate look. So with the cat eye sunglasses, the little bucket bag that is also very pretty, her choice of jewelry is very delicate and dainty. So it's all about the tiny choices that you decide to make. Someone left me a comment asking, I'm young, I love elegant fashion, but I feel like I dress kind of like an old lady, or that it ages me a little bit. So how can I go on about dressing elegantly while still looking my age? Something like this I think is perfect, and I think she is an inspiration for us all. This is what I mean by the tiny choices that she makes. Here, if this sweater was a different color, if her pants fit slightly differently, if she wasn't wearing these accessories, this look would not have the same impact. However, the choice of scarf having the same shade of yellow as the sweater, the sandals being white as well as the trousers, again, the cat eye sunglasses, the fact that she wrapped her scarf around her hair instead of just around her neck adds that charm, that flair that people usually don't think of when they're dressing, and she does it so very well. And unlike many influencers, Stacy actually repeats the clothes that she wears. So you will see that she has a few key pieces that she wears time and time again that are staples in her wardrobe, and that she just wears them like a normal person would. So it also gives us an idea of how to make the most out of the things that we buy, instead of just renewing our wardrobe every season like crazy people. It just makes so much more sense. This look I adore. I love the combination of a high-waisted short with a beautiful crisp white shirt. I think it's so elegant, so fresh, and the fact that her shorts are in a print just makes it a little bit more fun, a little bit more playful, but again, coordinated and beautifully styled. And I could honestly go on and on her feed forever. Her fall winter looks are to die for. I just want to buy a maple farm and wear these beautiful clothes. Oh gosh. It's so inspirational because it doesn't look complicated. It doesn't look like she's exaggerating. It looks like it comes naturally to her, which to me is very inspirational. And she has fun with it. You can see that it's true to her look and to her personality and what she feels comfortable in. I think she is a fashion icon. Next up is Mary Orton. Now Mary is also an American, and if you look at her feed, you will think that she is a very traditional, normal, fancy girl. But then when you start following her on stories and on reels, you realize that she is a total clown. She makes jokes about everything. She gets her family involved. She has this sense of humor that kills me every time. And I just think that is so fun. Like, being pretty, having a beautiful appearance, looking polished does not mean that you have to act stiff or boring. You can make your jokes and you can have your sense of humor even though you look like a princess, and that is exactly what she does. I love her style because she has a very feminine, very, again, classic style, but sometimes she adds, just like Stacy, a few details that take it to the next level, that are a little bit more statement and that transmit more fashion, more boldness in the way she dresses. This is a look that I think is super simple and that makes a big impact. The formula is basically tube top, black trousers, necklace, and earrings. But the choices that she makes all of the difference. So the tube top has a little bit of texture, has that more feminine, sultry shape to it, which I think is much more interesting than just the plunging v-neck. The necklace and the earrings are a set, and they are a little bit more bold and they are more visible. So it really ties the outfit together, but makes it look original, makes it look creative, and makes it look extremely high fashion. This look is also very easy to pull off, looks very finished and very cohesive because she is pairing this beautiful white kind of broderie and glaze dress with all brown accessories. They are all very coordinated, so everything looks like it's meant to be there together. This one is a huge favorite of mine. Some people would find this a little too conservative, too covered up, but I love the combination of a pleated midi skirt with a tweed jacket and some sling bags. It screams Chanel. This one is also really easy to replicate. You take this beautiful knit in a sort of clover green, and instead of pairing it with a boring neutral, you go for a print on your bottom that is in the same color as the top. So you are adding two design elements that are coordinated but still very interesting and very unexpected. Her accessories are very classic and the cuts of the clothes are also very classic. So you have the fun part of the color combination and the prints, but you also have the more elegant, more timeless shapes to the clothes. And again, you guys know I love this trick. Pairing a higher neckline with a beautiful necklace, some beautiful clip-on earrings, you just look like $1,000,000 every time. Also, for day-to-day, we can get a lot of inspiration from her. She has two daughters, so she's a mom. The fact that she tries to dress nicely for everyday life goes to show that it is doable. just gives me that hope that maybe I too can take that extra step and look presentable every day. She wears a lot of dresses, ballet flats, very feminine, very girly silhouettes. She usually also coordinates with her two little girls, so the three of them are always kind of dressed the same, which is so cute. And she does know those codes of classic chic style that to me are very iconic, like little classic Chanel jackets, like clip-on earrings. She has a bunch that are absolutely gorgeous. Fabulous shoes, having your hair blown out, having your makeup done, all of those things that maybe separate don't make a lot of sense, but put together make all the sense in the world. She adds that little jolt of glamour, of drama, especially for her nighttime looks. You get out of suburban mom and go into hot mama territory in a very classic way, which I love. She also plays a lot with textures, with beautiful colors, so she's not afraid to be a little bit bolder, but she knows her limits, which I think is a great thing to learn in our style journey. How far we're willing to go before we lose ourselves. She knows exactly when to stop. Beautiful, lovely. Paula Sutton is a true inspiration. If you like that whole English countryside aesthetic like I do, she is absolutely the icon for it. I love that one, she's not just a young girl with a perfect body posting pictures in her bikini. Two, again, great sense of humor. She has all of the references, because I've heard that she was actually a fashion editor before she became a blogger, so she does have all of that baggage, that encyclopedic knowledge of fashion history. She uses a lot of vintage pieces, she mixes and matches things in a very interesting and unexpected way, but it all makes sense at the end. And she just transmits this lifestyle with humor, with happiness, with optimism, which is what I love the most about her. So again, you will see that she wears a lot of day dresses for potting around the garden, for taking the dogs for a walk. Her classic silhouette is the more cinched in waist and A-line midi skirt, which is very flattering for a lot of body types. I love her choices of fabrics. It's like all of those old world threads that you would see in an old home, and she manages to just add that to her wardrobe. And you can see it's covered, it's modest, but it's absolutely not boring. Another case of someone who knows her style, knows her boundaries, knows when to break them and still look good while doing it. And you can see that she's also very comfortable in the way that she's dressing. She is not constricting herself, she is not wearing clothes that make her feel not herself. She looks very much in her comfort zone. This printed dress with the beautiful sash around the hair and these velvet ballet flats in a sort of ochre, beigey, goldy color that it's unexpected but goes beautifully with this shade of pink. I mean, this look, just taking her dog for a walk, but classic, very cozy knit sweater, some pants. I don't even think they're jodhpurs, I think they are normal pants that she tucks into her knee-high boots, a beautiful houndstooth overcoat combined with her little cap, and of course finished off with beautiful red lipstick, which she wears all of the time, and I think makes a huge difference if you have a more masculine, more closed off look, but you add a red lipstick and you're automatically a girly girl again. And I mean, all of her pictures are with a smile. All of her pictures, she is happy and she's not trying to be, you know, distant and aloof and sexy. She's just relatable but still inspirational, which I think is a great mark of a good influencer. And then finally, I love this influencer. I don't know if I'm going to say her name right, so forgive me everyone. Her name is Aida Dapo Muharemovic, but she goes by the handle of Ida van Munster. She is a Bosnian creator, and by looking at her feed, you will see that she is not as, let's say, down to earth as the other girls that I showed you. It's a little bit more calculated, a little bit more editorial, which I think it's okay if you want to feel more inspired and see beautiful things. What I love about her is that not only does she take beautiful pictures, extremely beautiful creative side, but she is Bosnian and she injects characteristics and elements of her culture into her style, which I think is so beautiful, and it's so well made because it doesn't look like she's playing dress up. It actually infuses perfectly into her outfits. And she's also always telling us about the story behind the clothes and what they mean, how they are made, what is the significance of those clothes to her culture. And you can see that she is an aesthete. She chooses things in a very particular and extremely detailed, precise way, from the clothes that she wears to the crib that she bought for her newborn baby. Everything follows an aesthetic, and I think that is beautiful because then your life kind of turns into a very romantic version of itself. And I just love the kind of over-the-top moments with the beautiful hats, the beautiful prints, the coloring is just so gorgeously done. Is like looking at a beautiful doll. She also has that kind of vintage perfume to her aesthetic, which I truly appreciate. Classic beauty with a twist. So there you go. These are my favorite influencers at the moment, and I have to say that I don't see myself getting tired of them at any time soon. I think it's really fun when you find someone that you can connect, even if just through your style or your taste in fashion, because you feel like that person sort of understands you on a certain level. Hopefully you enjoyed the content, and let me know down in the comments below if you have any influencers that you follow religiously and that maybe I can follow too to get a lot of inspiration and ideas from. And we'll see each other again next time. Bye!